Hey guys, this is Root Destination and I'm Shitej, and today we are going to do the review of this J7 Duo. And the J7 Duo is a new smartphone and the pricing is 15,000 rupees and it comes in the budget category. And this phone's highlighting point is the dual cameras because it's dual cameras. And this because of this dual cameras now we can get portrait mode in the budget offering also. And the budget phone has a quite good portrait mode. I will say that the portrait mode is even better than the Note 8 because I have tested both the phones because both phones have dual cameras and the gap of pricing is huge. The Note 8 comes something around 57k. This comes for 15k, and the portrait mode on this phone is very good. And even this phone gets portrait mode in the front camera, and the front camera is a single 8 megapixel camera, and the portrait mode is called selfie focus, as you can see, and it immediately blurs out the background. I don't know how they managed with a single camera, but that's brilliant. They could have managed with the rear camera also, but I don't know why they put dual cameras over there. And the portrait mode with the rear camera is also quite good. It's fast to respond and it's fast to blur out the background. In the Note 8, it's quite slow to blur out the background, and it has lots of terms and conditions that it should be on 1.5 meters or everything. In this, you just show this the subject and it immediately blurs the background. It doesn't have that much drama of focus and all. It immediately blurs the background, and when it blurs the background, it blurs it with quite confidence. And the blur also you can adjust with live focus how much blur you want. Like this, I'm blurring out my camera and it's ready. Live focus is ready. So the camera and the portrait mode especially is the main highlighting point in this phone. And now if we talk about the general camera quality, the camera quality in natural lighting conditions is also decent. There's every time there is a bit noise in the image, it's not that clear because it's just a 30 megapixel camera. Detailing also is not that great in this phone, but for the pricing it's acceptable. In low light situations it's horrible. The noise is too much, there is no detailing, and there is lots of noise in the pictures. And in darker environments it tends to black the subject also, which you don't want to. So the camera in low lighting situations is just horrible. It's a day-to-day camera for some decent photography, some casual clicks. Don't expect anything great with this camera. So now let's come to the design. And the design of this phone looks great. It's in gold color, but the quality of material used is cheap. This back panel is completely made of plastic and this can be removable, and because it is removable now you can remove the battery. Battery is user replaceable. Here you get some SIM slot, dual SIM and SD card. So, and this back panel is also quite cheap, and because it is plastic it is quite slippery. It has slipped from my hand and I've dropped it. And these bezels also look metallic, but they are made up of plastic and they are made from a really cheap quality. So once I dropped this phone and it completely got a dent and the color is gone. So the quality looks premium but it is not. And you have a glass panel on the front, and the glass quality also I feel it is not that great. If you drop this phone, I think that the glass will break really easily. And this plastic bezel problem is if you are using your phone roughly or without cover, the color of this bezel goes off and this turns black, and that looks horrible. So the build quality on this phone is just stupid. It's very bad. And now let's come to the design. The design of this phone is typical Samsung with this huge bezels, home button with fingerprint scanner, retro all, back key, multitasking, earpiece, cameras, flash. In the G series we have flash, so that's really good that with this huge bezel they are able to crank a flash also, and the flash is quite good on this camera. I feel that every phone should have a front facing flash, but now on this notch age where they will crank a front facing LED also, So it's quite decent that, and it's quite happy that they have put a light over here, so that's a really good thing. And the earpiece is also quite decent, not that great. Now let's come to the back. It has a LED flash over at the back, dual camera Samsung branding, and the speaker at the back. Now this is a really stupid thing of putting the speaker on the back, because normally if you are watching a YouTube video, you'll hold your phone like this or like this, but the volume is going down over there, sound is going over there, so you cannot hear that video quite well. Over here the bottom firing speakers is also quite good. You can put your hand like this and channel the sound towards you, but on this back side you cannot do anything. And I watched quite a lot of YouTube videos on this, but I'm very disappointed with the speaker quality and the speaker placement. Now if we come to the performance of the phone, the performance of the phone is quite good, and with all typical Samsung phones, the performance on the first 2 months are really good, but as the days pass by, the performance tends to get sluggish, it gets slow, it hangs. I have experienced it with my Note 8, and the Note 8 is approximately used 7 to 8 months, and now it has tend to hang in between or crash in between, and that's disappointing. But now I've been using this phone for 10 to 15 days, but in this short span it is quite good, no complaints there. And if you now we come to the UI, you have ultra redsolution mode and all these things. And what thing I've noticed is this phone doesn't get auto brightness sensor. See over here, it just gets this outdoor mode, and this outdoor mode is so stupid. Whenever you go outside, I had gone out for a travel last week, so I tend to click lots of photos with this phone. On a 7-day tour, I clicked 754 photos on this phone, and I was very disappointed because whenever I used to remove this phone in the outdoor environment, undirect sunlight, this screen used to be pitch black. I was not able to see anything, and then I have to manually pull this tab, then turn the brightness to max, then outdoor mode it will give it more boost, and then I was able to see this screen in outdoor lighting conditions. And this is so stupid. If I put my phone in the pocket and then I again remove it for any other photo, the outdoor mode will get turned off. So that was very irritating for me, that it doesn't have auto brightness sensor, and I really did not like this thing, because always I used to whenever I used to click a photo, I had to again go max out the brightness, then I have to click a photo. So this is a very stupid decision by Samsung. It's a 15,000 rupee phone. They should have given an auto brightness sensor at this price point. And here are the buttons for home button, volume buttons. All these buttons are quite clicky and nice to use. Now if we come to the battery life of this phone, and the battery life of this phone is decent. It is a 3000 milliampere battery, and because it is a lower version of chipset in this, it doesn't consume that much of battery as much it consumes on the high-end phones. So battery life is quite decent. It lasts for a full working day, but don't expect more than that, it will die. And the standby battery life is also decent. For last 5 days I have not charged this phone, and I have not used that much also. Just open this like this and click some 2-3 photos, and it is now showing me 24%, and the phone is continuously on flight mode. So the standby battery life is not that great. Now I'll come to some good points about this phone, and the good point about this phone is just that portrait mode. It is very confident with the front camera as well as the back camera, so that's only the good point about this phone. And now if I come with the bad points, the cheap build quality is one big concern to me, and the lack of some sensors, basic sensors like the auto brightness sensor. So yeah, so thanks for watching guys, and this is Kshitij signing off, and I hope to see you in my next video.